Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 38 of the regular season, where the Rangers win 5-3 over the Florida Panthers. 8 goals to talk about, so let's just start talking about them. The first goal for Mika Zibanuary tonight was certainly a goal. So Fox has it behind our net and just plays it out to Artemi Panarin in the neutral zone. He carries to the blue line and then just passes it over for Mika Zibanuary. And it's not a great pass, but he kicks it off of his skate and proceeds to then just walk through the Florida defense like a turnstile to get onto the subway. Like, it wasn't like they followed him for a while and then he made some crazy move to get past him. He just played the puck through them and they did nothing. And then, like, that was a beautiful zone entry, right? Great play. Start to a highlight reel goal. And then he gets ready to, like, forehand backhand it and then completely whiffs the pass to his forehand, tries to reach out and get it, can't, and Bobrovsky just kind of lets it trickle in. Now, Bobrovsky made some really great saves early in this game, and then allowed this goal, which is like me-level bad. Shout out to Mika Zibanuary, who did not celebrate this goal like he meant to, because he very didn't. He just kind of awkwardly side-hugged his teammates because, I mean, good God, how does that go in? The second Mika Zibanuary goal very much meant to go in. Just, Kakko has it behind the net. Simple pass, but a nice pass to Mika. He buries it on a slap shot, and it's 2-0 Rangers, his second of the game. Remember when people hated the Mika Zibanuary contract? Yeah, I wonder how they're doing now. So a few minutes after the second goal, the Panthers would respond to cut the lead back to 1, which happened quite often in this game tonight. It was a play where all three players involved with it more or less got what they were trying to accomplish, and it just ended with a goal for the Panthers. Miller sees that Eric Staal is breaking towards the net, and he tries to wrap him up, and he does. He removes him from the play in the sense of Eric Staal is not going to be able to get a shot or anything on this, or even go for a deflection. Eric Staal is perfectly fine with that and just makes him and Keandre Miller this massive screen, and Nick Cousins takes a really smart, well-placed shot on net, and it goes in to cut the lead to 2-1. But soon after, the Rangers respond and restore a 2-goal lead. They have it in the offensive zone, they're passing it around, and this was just the Panthers giving the Rangers way too much open space and way too much to work with. There had to be a miscommunication where someone got their lines crossed, because this was bad. There were two defenders kind of near Mika, but not close enough to do anything. They weren't in passing lanes. It was just a nice pass from Fox along the point into Kakko, who, again, there was no one within a mile of him, and Ekblad was more or less back to cover him and Kreider. He tries to cut off the initial pass and then kind of go for the second one from Kakko over to Kreider, but it gets through. Kreider that close is not going to miss, and the Rangers have a 3-1 lead. But again, Panthers, a few minutes later, respond, cut the lead back to 1. They're on a power play in the final minute of the period. Carter Verhaeghe takes a shot on net. It's stopped by Jaro Halak, and Sam Bennett buries it to make it a 3-2 game. Initially, I was like, okay, it's a power play, and I don't love to put that on goalies, and he makes the initial stop, but that was, at first glance, I thought, oh man, that's a juicy rebound to give up. That was pretty perfect to how you're supposed to play it as a goaltender. That was just a ridiculous shot from Sam Bennett on a really tough angle. I'm not mad at Halak on that one, and as for everyone else, it was a power play, and also, again, that angle was just nasty. But again, I say the Rangers restore a 2-goal lead. It is the very early part of the third period. Rangers are on a power play. It just gets chipped out of our zone. I don't know if it was a Panther that was just trying to pass it out to another Panther, or if it was a Ranger trying to chip it out that bounced off of a Panther. But regardless, the only assist on this is Kreider, who gets it in the neutral zone. And it is a 2-on-2 with Kreider and Trocheck. They are both more or less covered up, or at least you'd think from just looking at a still of them in the neutral zone. But Trocheck just flying to the net. Like, Trocheck should get a ton of credit for how fast he was on this play and how hard he went to get in a position to score the goal. This was Kreider's goal that Trocheck happened to score. What a pass from Chris Kreider. Just, you couldn't possibly do it any better than this. A gorgeous, brief sequence, and the Rangers have a 4-2 lead. But hey, look at that. The Panthers respond back and make it a 1-goal game soon thereafter. Where have I said that before? Eric Staal just takes his Connor McDavid pill and absolutely goes sicko mode. This was a perfect shot. This was pretty much bar down. There were two. It was Trouba and a Panther. I forget which one. Just providing a screen. And even if they weren't, I don't know who's stopping that shot. That was a beaut from Stahl, and it's 4-3. Just a hair over the halfway point of the period, the Rangers get the final goal of the game to put them up 5-3, which would be your final score. Ben Harper has it in our defensive zone and passes it in the neutral zone for Artemi Panarin. He carries in. There was the centering pass that initially seemed like it was for nobody, but Trocheck just barely gets enough on it to get it back over to Artemi Panarin, and he was shooting for a rebound here. I'm not saying that as anything negative to Artemi Panarin, because the thing about shooting for rebounds is when they're like this, you're going to get a free rebound out of it, which is always a nice scoring chance. And also, score effects are a thing. You put it on net enough times, even if they're just nothing shots, they're going to go in sometimes. This never left the ice. He had the ability, and he had enough space that he very easily could have lifted it. He was shooting for a rebound, probably to give Trocheck another chance. He was crashing the net on the other side unguarded. But it's unneeded. It trickles through the 5-hole, and the Rangers have a 5-3 lead. That would hold the rest of the way, and the Rangers get 2 points out of it. So, I thought that Jarho Halak made some really, really nice saves tonight. I thought he played pretty darn well. You can look at Money Puck. We got outplayed. Halak made a lot of big saves. As for the offense and the lines that are still a little bit changed up, Lafreniere was back. Thought was good. Kind of was a non-factor. Skated hard. I'd really like Gauthier with them instead of VC. Gauthier, or if you want to give them like a little bit of veteran presence that isn't VC, Gaudreau with them I think could be really fun as a third line. I think Loff, Hedl, and Gaudreau would be cool. Second line was solid. Right, Panarin and Trocheck have good chemistry. Panarin has good chemistry with anyone you put him with. Let's not pretend he doesn't. The first line looks really good. They feel comfortable with each other. I know that that's sort of been the official first line for the past, year and a half or so. And even when Butch was still here, if we ever wanted to shake it up a little bit, it would usually be Kakko with the first line. I like the first line. I like the kids to men line as well a lot. And if we want to go back to those lines, I'm totally down for it. If you want to put Panarin back with Mika and maybe Gaudreau or whoever, that's cool. And you want to put Loff, Hedl, and Kakko, that's great. As it stands, I think the first line is good. Mika is fantastic, to the surprise of no one. Kreider is getting his juice back, and Kakko is finding it. If you want to continue to give him first line minutes this year, I have absolutely no complaints. He has had a very nice season to this point. Off tomorrow, but Tuesday at 7 o'clock, you are back in MSG, taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. And I'll be here afterwards to talk about it, but as for tonight, that is all I have. So if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.